Hello, this is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Service Management Leadership. Today's video is the fourth in our series on, hey, what needs to be on a CAB agenda, Change Advisory Board agenda. In this third item, it's reviewing standard changes. Standard changes are pre-approved changes that are low impact. They are proceduralized and authorized for use as needed by operations. Standard changes are very unique, and we have videos out there, more than one, on them. But they're basically operational maintenance run activities, just what Joe and Sally do for their everyday work. And so what we want to do is make life easy for them by having the CAB pre-approve these changes so that we don't have to wait on approvals. So standard changes come to the CAB, are reviewed by the CAB, both initially as acceptance. Hey, we believe that this is low risk, proceduralized. We can handle this being a non-approval type of change, standard change. But also, we need to see it two other times in the CAB. One is if there's issues. If a standard change causes an incident, it might not be a standard change. I say that with a smile because it's hard to argue the other side. But I've heard it. I've heard it a lot. But it's hard to argue that if your standard change is high risk instead of low risk, or is anything other than low risk, low impact, it shouldn't be a standard change. But the other time it comes back into the CAB is for renewals. I do not see this very much on documentation from many organizations, but it needs to be there. Because we need to have the same stakeholders that approved it initially during this, let's call it annual renewal. That's usually what works best for most organizations. The reason why we need to have these renewed is because the standard change could create an incident, but not very many people knew about it or knew where it came from. But as these standard changes get renewed and we're able to look at incidents per configuration item from that standard change, maybe we say in this annual review, this isn't a standard change anymore because it's caused incidents, it's caused risk to our environment. And so we need to make sure that we have these annual reviews as well as the initial review and if these changes cause any incidents. Because standard changes are regular people doing regular work. Why should they need to have an approval if they're doing what they were hired to do? Just the average stuff. So these are low risk. These are the ones that we want as many of as possible, because standard change is what nobody ever says, except for me, I guess, is that standard changes are usually the changes that people are hesitant to put into your ITSM tool because they think it's too much bureaucracy, it takes too long. And you can set up templates in your ITSM tool where it takes them 30, 60, 90 seconds to put in a standard change. And now you are getting closer to understanding all of the changes that are happening to a particular CI. Because until you do, you'll never know the cause of many of your incidents. This is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Please like or share the video. Subscribe to our channel. Leave me feedback below. I'd love to hear from you, whether you agree or disagree, have questions, whatever it be. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have a great, great day. Bye.